Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to model a realistic soccer ball step by step in Blender. Let's get started. Press Shift A and add an icosphere. Then go to the Modifiers tab and add a subdivision surface modifier. Set the viewport level to 2 and apply the modifier. Press Tab to enter Edit mode. Switch to Edge Selection mode. Hold Ctrl and Shift to select the edges of one of the hexagonal faces. Then go to the Select menu, select Similar, and choose Length. The Length option selects other edges that have a similar length to the currently selected edges. As you can see, the selection is not exactly what we want. To fix this, open the bottom left panel and lower the threshold value until Blender selects only the edges we're looking for. The threshold value controls how similar the edge lengths must be to be included in the selection. Lower values make the selection more precise. Once the desired edges are selected, press Ctrl B to bevel them. Move your mouse slightly to the right to set the bevel width, then scroll up once to add an extra segment. Next, press Ctrl numpad- to shrink the selection by one level. Finally, press Alt-S and move your mouse inward to push the selected geometry along its normals. This creates the characteristic inward panels of the soccer ball. Now press Tab to return to object mode. Add another subdivision surface modifier and this time set the viewport level to 1. Right-click on the model and choose Shade Smooth to smooth out the surface and give the soccer ball a cleaner appearance. Now let's create the material for the soccer ball. Press Z and switch to Material Preview mode. Then change the timeline editor to the shader editor. Click New to create a new material. In the principled shader, lower the roughness value to make the surface more reflective. Next, add a noise texture node and connect its factor output to the shader's base color input. Increase the scale value to around 500. This will create much smaller noise details across the surface. Now add a color ramp node between the noise texture and the shader. Select the black color stop and change it to a light gray color, close to white. This will reduce the contrast and create a more subtle pattern. To give the ball a slightly leather-like appearance, add a bump node. Connect the factor output of the noise texture to the height input of the bump node. Then connect the normal output of the bump node to the normal input of the principled shader. This adds a fake surface depth and diffuse reflection without increasing the geometry. Finally, reduce the strength value of the bump node to make the effect more subtle and realistic. Now let's make the pentagonal panels black. Press Tab to enter Edit mode and switch to Face Select mode. Then press C to activate Circle Select and select the entire pentagon. Next, go to the Select menu, select Similar, and choose Face Regions. The Face Regions option automatically finds and selects other face regions with the same topology as the selected one. As you can see, all of the pentagonal panels are now selected. Go to the Material Properties and click the plus icon to create a new material slot. Then click Assign to assign the selected faces to this slot. Next, choose the material we created earlier from the material list. Switch to Object mode. Click the To button next to the material name to make it a single user copy. This allows us to edit it independently. Finally, in the Color Ramp node, set both color stops to black. This will turn all of the pentagonal panels black while keeping the same surface details and bump effect. Now let's add a brand logo to the soccer ball using the stencil method in texture painting. First, we need a logo in PNG format. With the ball selected, switch to the Texture Paint workspace. To paint textures onto a model, it needs to have a UV map. Since we started with an ecosphere, Blender automatically generated a UV map for us. Open the Texture Slots menu and select the white material slot. Click the plus icon and create a new base color texture for this material. Set the resolution to 4096 pixels to ensure a high-quality result. Click the color field and set the alpha value to 0. This will make the texture background fully transparent. Then click Add to create the texture. Next, Switch to the shading workspace. You should see the texture we just created. Add a mix color node. Connect the original texture with the noise texture to the A input and connect the newly created image texture to the B input. Then connect the image texture's alpha output to the factor input of the mix color node. Now switch back to the Texture Paint workspace. Make sure the Paint Hard brush is selected. Open the Texture menu and create a new texture. Change the texture mapping method to Stencil. Also enable Image Aspect to preserve the original aspect ratio of the logo. Next, open the Texture Properties tab and load your PNG logo. Set the fall-off type to constant as well. Rotate the model so the desired surface faces the camera. You can hold the right mouse button to move the stencil. Use Shift right mouse button to scale it and Control right mouse button to rotate it. Once you're happy with the placement, paint over the stencil with your brush. As soon as you apply the brush, you'll see the logo projected directly onto the surface of the soccer ball. Finally, let's create the stitching around the soccer ball panels. Switch to Solid View and Edit mode. First, select the edges where you want the stitches to appear. Use Select Similar Length just as we did earlier. Press Alt-S and to push the selected edges along their normals slightly. Press Shift-D to duplicate the selected edges. Then press P and choose Selection to separate them into a new object. Now switch to Object mode. Hide the soccer ball in the viewport so we can focus on the new object. Select the new object, right-click and choose Convert to Curve. Next, add a Curve to Tube modifier. This modifier automatically turns the curve into a tubular mesh. Keep in mind that the Curve to Tube modifier is only available in Blender 5.1 and later. Lower the scale value to make the tube thinner and more suitable for stitching. Now, unhide the soccer ball again. Click New to create a material for the stitches. Add a wave texture node and connect it to the base color input of the principled shader. With the wave texture selected, press Ctrl-T to automatically add texture coordinate and mapping nodes. Make sure the Node Wrangler add-on is enabled, otherwise this shortcut will not work. Change the texture coordinate from generated to UV. Increase the wave texture scale value. Connect the factor output into the alpha input of the shader. Next, connect the wave texture through a color ramp into the shader. Then set the white color stop to a medium gray color. This creates subtle color variation along the stitches, making them look more realistic. As a final step, select the stitching object and right-click to convert it to a mesh. Then hold Shift and select the soccer ball. Press Ctrl-P and set Parent. Now the stitches will move together with the soccer ball as a single object. And that's it, our soccer ball is now complete. If you enjoyed this tutorial, let me know in the comments what you'd like to learn next. Your suggestions often inspire future videos. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Blender tutorials, tips, and creative projects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.